Hey guys, Blaumagier here, and we are back with another episode of Let's Play Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Bride. Now, I'm having to re-record this commentary in post-editing because, well, the original commentary had an unacceptable amount of feedback in it. So anyways, on the last episode we learned where the secret of lockpicking is at, and in this episode we're going to go after it. And hopefully we can set Zale straight. Hopefully we won't have too many battles. You know, I'll straight up admit that I don't actually script out my post commentaries. Alright, Joshua reached level 10. Nice. Yeah, I don't script out my post commentaries. So far, the only thing that I've actually scripted out was the monster bios, and that is working very smoothly for me. So I'm probably going to continue scripting those out. Just takes me a little while to actually write those up. Starbucks Frappuccinos. That sure hits the spot. But yeah, this dungeon's pretty small, and yeah, we're gonna talk to this guy here. Yeah, here to find out the lockpick secret. Too bad. I'm gonna find it first, suckers. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Now that room itself is nothing but a dead end. I think there's like a pit or something you can fall down up here if you don't see this passageway off to the right that I'm taking. But yeah, there's nothing else in that room besides that guy. So yeah, in the dwarf's cave. Enemies aren't too tough here, and usually the encounter rate's fairly low. And aside from the first two treasure boxes on the first floor that we got in the last episode, the rest of the treasure boxes are on the bottom floor here. And I am... Oh, well, here's a good example of the Larva King, which in the monster bio I said would possibly be asleep at the beginning of the battle. And there's also that fire breath. You don't really have to worry about healing too much in the fairy world here, because Bella, she pretty much acts like Healy in Dragon Quest IV did in Chapter 1, if you can remember from that Let's Play, or if you've played the game yourself. And she's actually a little bit smarter than Healy. At least in this version she is. I think she's, you know, as dumb as a brick in like Super Famicom version. But yeah, she's actually a little bit intelligent here. She's pretty good with her MP, and she's good about not letting you die. And there is the scroll of lockpicking, and we just, you know, magically learn it. We don't read it because, you know, we can't read. It just, we hold it and we magically know how to pick locks. I like how they explain that one off. A wizard did it. Anyways, we had some gold in that other one, and a seed of life there, and I believe that is all the treasure chests on this floor. I think there's one treasure chest on this floor that I missed, and then we'll be ready to leave. Short dungeon, short. I really wish I had a Starbucks here instead of just having to buy these little frappuccinos from Walmart. Not that they're bad or anything. It's just, I mean... Oh hey, a level up. Alright, Barongo reached level 4. Now, Barongo, while he's a saber cub, I believe I already stated this in a previous video, he has a maximum level of 20. And he doesn't learn any special abilities. he'll get some later on in a different generation. But yeah, you should take care of Barongo and get him some good equipment because he's going to be pretty much your only partner for the rest of the first generation. I mean, right now we got Bella, but obviously she's going to leave once we're done with the fairy world. Which is actually coming up pretty quickly. Gosh, it's just coming and going. But yeah, we got all the treasures in here, and now we're leaving. But before we leave, I'm actually going to stop back by and talk to that guy that said he was going to find the lockpick secret before us. Just because his dialogue does change after you actually find it. I imagine that's a detail that most people wouldn't actually know. Ah, yeah, there you go. There's the hole that leads to this room. And of course you don't want to step through the purple muck because it's a poison swamp. Yeah, you're here to find out the lockpick secret. What? You got your grubby hands on that lockpick secret already? Arrgh, I won't forget that. Eh, sure, whatever. And he runs away. Now we can go ahead and leave. And head towards the Ice Palace. Hopefully there won't be any more battles on the way out. Oh, I spoke too soon. Like, even though this is post-commentary, like I said, I didn't script it, so I don't really remember what comes up when. I'm just kinda going along with it. You know? Saying whatever comes off the top of my mind. It could be any random thing. I hate those staircases in the PS2 version because you actually have to approach them from the logical point of entry. I think before I head off to the Ice Palace, I'll go ahead and stay at the inn. So we'll head back to the fairy village first. But yeah, the staircases drive me nuts in this version of the game, because in both the Super Famicom version and the DS version, you can approach stairs from any side. You don't have to approach it from the logical side. I guess 3D graphics kind of limits you in that regard. Darn, I'm out of coffee. Oh well. At least I still have water. Yeah, I've been working on a new method of recording ever since I found out about all this feedback. And so far I haven't had any feedback, but I can clearly hear my air conditioner in the background after I turn up the volume of the commentary enough so that you can actually hear me. I mean, you weren't hearing the air conditioner before, but you were getting a lot of feedback. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd much rather have you hearing the faint hum of the air conditioner over feedback. I just hope that when I get my new house, hopefully within the next month, that I'll actually have, you know, real silence when I'm not actually speaking, rather than the hum of an air conditioner. They haven't finished building it yet, but it looks like it's going to have central air conditioning, so it shouldn't be an issue. The only thing I worry about is the acoustics, because it's going to have hardwood floors. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Besides, any good microphone has an option to any good sound card, I should say, has an option to reduce the acoustic echo. And why am I talking about all my technical issues? I'm sure none of you care at all about this. This has got to be boring the crap out of you. Here we go, 5-star commentary. right here. So anyways, back to Dragon Quest V. Going ahead and selling a few things that I don't need and just optimally equipping. I don't really think that optimal equipment is necessary, but it will certainly help. So we'll go ahead and stay in the inn, and this will cause us to wake up in our room back at home. We can just get back to the fairy world the same way we did before. Yep, here we are. Morning, Joshua. You look terrible. Did you have a bad dream? Why, no I didn't. What? The fairy kingdom is in trouble? You're still dreaming. I'll be at home today because I have some affairs to look into. You can play, but don't leave the village. Well, it looks like he doesn't really believe me. That's fine. I don't really believe this fairy stuff either. I don't know why I'm going back. I guess just because I said I would help them. Not like they really gave me a choice in the matter. Ah well. We've come this far, we might as well see it through. So now we are ready to head towards the Ice Palace. And I've already recorded the next several episodes, so I can go ahead and tell you that I accidentally did not leave enough room for the monster bios. So at the end of this episode I will be including the monster bios for the Ice Palace, and that's actually coming up on us in a few seconds here. After this battle, we should be right around the corner from it. I really hate to split the monster bio from the actual dungeon like that, but I kind of screwed myself with my recording. I think after I finish with Generation 1, since I now have my new channel underway with no time limit, I will just focus on uploading all my stuff to the new channel and then continue with Generation 2 and 3 on the new channel with no time limit. That way I won't run into that issue again. Alright, Brongo reached level 5. A nice increase on strength there. Alright, so I'll go ahead and cut for monster bios right here. First up in the Ice Palace is the Drakima, which its spelling depends on which version of the translation patch you have. This is a weak monster, but it can cast low-level magic. Its threat is actually minimal, but one important thing to consider is that it can only be encountered here in the Ice Palace, and encounters in the Ice Palace are a temporary matter. So you will definitely want to defeat one here now before you finish with the Ice Palace. Next up in the Ice Palace is the Blaumagier. This monster has average stats, but has the ability to store power for a turn to deal massive damage on the next. Not really a big threat, but the attack can hurt when it gets the chance to store power. Last up in the Ice Palace is the Blaumagier. This is an average strength monster with low hit points and is encounterable only in Generation 1. One of the locations that can be encountered is here in the Ice Palace, and the other will be the final area of Generation 1 that you can enter. It would be a good idea to defeat one now while you can. Other monsters in the area include the Wizard. And this is where we are going to end this episode. This has been Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Bride, and I am Blaumagier. I will see you guys next time. Later.